What's up? Got a tornado on the ground just north of Knoxville. Potentially a serious one. All right. Let's get this chat up here. TikTok. This is serious. I need to focus on radar Omega for a second. This is a tornado on the ground that is very strong, headed straight for Midway. Kodak, how do you pronounce this? Sevierville? Out towards Newport. We have another tornado warning on the ground up here as well. This is... It says radar indicated. I'm pretty sure that's on the ground. Let's see if we have any correlation coefficient with either of these. You do with there. We've got lightning around the core here. Let's look at our spectrum width. Right here. Looks like we may have something. This can be an issue with elevation as well. Look at that thing. Let's see if we can see the rotation on the radar. This looks like this may be a significant tornado right here, just to the south of Carter. We'll go over snow in a second, guys. Stuart, last night fast. Yeah. We'll go over snow in a second, guys. We have a serious tornado on the ground right now. I want to know what some of these reports are. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Again, heading towards Midway, Tennessee, Kodak, Beach Springs, Henry Crossings, out towards Newport. If you're between, at this point, Knoxville and Newport, anywhere in between there to the north or the south, I don't know how to pronounce this. Sevierville? This does look like a potentially pretty serious tornado. Right here. Right here. You can see the rotation just on the radar. Sevierville. Oh, it's literally called Sevierville. Oof, what a name. Okay. Just to explain to people, let me see if this is on here. If I can get live updates too. Okay, let's see if we can get any do we have any tornado chasers in the area? Let me see here. Cyclone port. Do we have any tornado chasers in the area? We don't. We don't, surprisingly enough. For you guys who don't know, tornadoes are weird how they move. They can wobble depending on they're created. One of the reasons they happen is because of wind shear, which is winds moving in opposite directions, and changing winds and changing wind speed with verticality, so height. And this tornado is not going to go straight down this line that you see here. It's not going to move straight down this line. They can wobble, meaning it can wobble to the north, wobble to the south, maybe to the south again, back north. It's never really going to take just a perfectly straight line. That's why, it's really that's why tornadoes are really dangerous to chase too. It's never just going to stay in the center. This could end up, over the next 10, 20 minutes, moving north towards Newport, which would be really bad, or, ending up maybe more to the south. So you need to treat this entire warning here seriously. Everyone who's in it. Also, we are getting a good look at what might be a tornado touchdown moving through Bean Station right now. So if you're in Bean Station, Bulls Gap, Sevierville, hopefully this thing looks like it's going to move to the north of you, but it's going to be close. Newport, you should be on the bottom floor of your house. If you have a storm shelter, in a storm shelter, interior, closet, bathtub with the, mattress or pillows over you, something like that if you're right in the path of this thing. Dandridge, Shady Grove, Alder Branch. So this one looks really spooky right here. We can go down. We can look at our high-res velocity. Pretty pretty scary look here, passing through Midway right now. It's confirmed there's a tornado on the ground. I'd be shocked if there wasn't a tornado on the ground with this one. I'm not sure about our one to the north. This though right here does look like we may have a tornado on the ground right here, just to the southwest of Rockhaven, based on this look. It might be over Rockhaven. This looks like potential debris signature right here. So that one actually might be on the ground based on that look. Let's take a look. Does that debris signature match up with our high-res spectrum width? Slightly. And do we have... Let's go to our base reflectivity. Sorry. Let's go to our... Here we go. So that might be it right there. So we may have a tornado on the ground up there too. This one to the south obviously looks a lot more significant. Look at this, guys. This is a dangerous looking tornado right here, heading straight out to the east. Again, Shady Grove, Sevierville, Midway, Kodak, Alder Branch. I mean, Midway, it's already over, you guys. Hopefully, I might just be to the south, heading out towards Newport. Let's take a look at some of these updated radars. This is suggesting it might be just to the north of Carter, but I don't think it is. So let's see. Yeah, it's down here. It's down here. Midway, Peters Mill. It's going to be somewhere in between, really. It's going to be somewhere in between these. It's going to be in here, probably. This is Tennessee. Just moved to the north of Knoxville. It looks like it stayed north of Knoxville, which is good, but there's a lot of neighborhoods to the north of Knoxville, too. So it probably went through some of those areas. That's why I was looking for updates on my phone. So it went through this kind of suburban area. Not a significant correlation coefficient. That could just be because it's not moving over a lot of areas with debris. Again, let's zoom out so you guys can see where we are. This is Tennessee. This is, again, just past Knoxville, heading out towards Newport. Trying to get the best radar so you guys can see where this thing is. This is a pretty good... You can see the lightning associated with it, too. There's always going to be a lot of lightning right around a tornado. Typically, lightning and hail is going to be associated with it. So, there it is. There it is. We can probably still see this thing rotating on the radar. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Is that a hook? Guys, we'll talk about snow and all that stuff in a second. This is dangerous, guys. Sevierville, seriously. This thing is hooking.
Hey, what's up?
Do you see the hook in this tornado right now?
Yeah, I'm getting my family ready to go because this gets extended into Asheville. My whole family's in this.
Okay. Yeah, this looks really, really bad.
Yeah, I don't see it weakening either. It's just continuing to recycle.
No.
I don't think the mountains are going to do anything to it.
No. Okay, let your family know. I'll call you a little bit later. All right, bye. This is Tornado 101, guys. This is what they teach you in meteorology classes. This hook that we have forming. One second. Let's see if we can get this right here. This right here. Again, seriously, Sevierville. Anyone around Sevierville. Anyone out towards Allen Grove. This thing might head out towards Asheville. This thing is holding some strength, so I'd just be aware. Dandridge, again, I'm hoping you stay to the north. What we're looking at here, guys, this is very, very Tornado 101 radar. This is a very strong tornado. This is our inflow right here. This is feeding our tornado. Okay, you can see this is our wrap right here. And our tornado is right here in the center. This is just a classic, strong, I don't know, EF2, EF3 tornado right now. This is your, wow. This is your rear flanking downdraft. Heavy, heavy, heavy showers right behind it. This is not going to dissipate very quickly. You can see beautiful inflow right here, with clearly a really good hook to this thing. I don't even know what to say. This is I haven't seen a tornado signature like this good in so long. Wow. 1 second. Okay, so let's just keep watching this. I want to keep people updated. We'll talk. We can get into some snow forecasts in a second, but this is just very, very dangerous. This one to the north doesn't look as bad, but we might have a tornado on the ground there heading out towards Bulls Gap, Russellville, Morristown. Man, is this thing going over anyone? I hope not. There's some roads out there. Alder Branch looks to be right in its path right now. Sevierville. See, guys, this is what I was talking about. This thing is drifting south. It was here. Look at where this started. This thing is drifting south. That's why I'm worried about Sevierville. I'm hoping this thing stays to the north of you guys. This is a very strong tornado. Where's the University of Tennessee? This passed Knoxville. This went just north of downtown Knoxville. Which is good, but you know, yeah. It's in. You can see Beach Spring right here. Yes, I think the actual circulation is probably just to the south of Beach Spring. I hope it is. Hope it's just where there's less population, obviously, but. I'd expect Beach Spring to be in a pretty strong hail and wind core right now. Sometimes these tornadoes are very wide, though, and that's the problem. This could be a lot wider than it even looks on radar, and if that were to be the case, you can see Beach Spring would be seeing 100+ mile per hour winds potentially if it's on the outside of this tornado core. So, yep, you can see Beach Spring right there. This is doing some damage. I want to see if we have a updated correlation coefficient, if it's picking up any debris. You can see some debris here. Okay, the hook's sort of gone. I'm really hoping these mountains and elevation mess with this thing. Appreciate the follows and the subs, guys. Dana having fun, and Kathy, appreciate you guys. Bad ice problem in Buffalo, so bad. Woke up to ice everywhere. Yeah, I had bad ice too. I drove about an hour into work going like 40 miles per hour on the highway the whole way. And then I got there and I saw an email from my boss that said that no one has to come into work today because of ice. And I was like, God damn it. This potentially could move. This is moving towards Asheville. And it is trending a little south here. You can see, but this is a wobble south. It could wobble back north. Pretty far away. Asheville should still keep an eye on this thing. It's gonna be tough for this thing to really hold through the mountains, but it could. It's a very good, strong looking. When I say good, I mean like the signal is good. It's a very dangerous, bad situation, but we had a hook for him there. Everything looks significant on our velocity radars. You can see this very, very strong on our velocity radars. Moving into Grandview Estates right now. Henry Crossroads Beach. Yeah, just moving out of Beach Springs into Henry Crossroads, right towards Alder Branch. Again, this looks like it's going to move just to the north of Sevierville through Union Hill, Milliken Grove, Cattlesburg potentially as well. We're going to get... Sorry, guys. We'll get into this stuff in a second. Let me look at one more thing here. All right, I'll keep an eye on this. And we'll talk about. There's a lot of actually crazy updates going on too with our winter storm next week. So We'll talk about that. Last time I got guys again. This is headed. Okay, this was extended out towards almost Hot Springs now. You've got Midway, Tommytown, Stone Mountain, Allen Grove, Newport. If you're anywhere between Knoxville, not really Knoxville. If you're anywhere between Midway, Kodak, all the way out towards really, I would even say out towards Asheville up to Mars Hill. You need to be preparing for this thing. Bottom floor of your home. If this thing gets close to you, interior, closet, or in a shelter if you have one. Also, tornado warning up here to the north heading towards Bull's Cap. It doesn't look as significant, but that could also be... we could also have something on the ground out there, but this is a significant tornado. This is a strong tornado that it's on. That's very likely on the ground, tearing some things up here just to the north of Sevierville, heading east. All right, let's get into some other stuff real quick here. I'm going to keep this on my radar on YouTube on the side so we can see where it is. And let's switch over here to a little pivotal weather. And let's talk about these new winter storms. Let's talk about the winter storm updates. No, right, we've got plenty. I mean, this thing looks like even if it did make it that far out, it would stay well north of Asheville. But I'm keeping it up on my radar over on YouTube and in the background here, so I'll watch. If this thing were to hold towards Asheville, I'll be the first to let you know. I'll be on here for a couple hours, so we'll know. I'm hoping the mountains tear it apart and it stays north, but right now, the significant tornado on the ground moving through Alder Branch, like I said. Sevierville, out towards, out into Appalachia down there in North Carolina. So, again, this tornado warning was extended almost out towards Hot Springs, down to, what other cities do we have down here? That's kind of the area. Let me mute some of these people who are spamming. There we go. Sorry, guys, if people are spamming like that, like, Baludo was, that they're gonna mute it. What's the winds reading in my area? Let's take a look. Let me keep this on this radar here so you guys can see it over on YouTube. Yeah, let's look at the winds up there. Ooh, very significant. 40-mile-per-hour sustained winds potentially. Is that sustained? I'd hope not. So we're seeing a 26, so that's 26 knots sustained, 35 gusts. So we're gusting at around 40 miles per hour. Tropical storm force gust through Buffalo. Yeah, that's pretty significant. This is showing, yeah, potentially 40, maybe even up to 50 mile per hour gusts. You know, this is just where there's been recorded gusts, but, you know, some of these aren't measuring correctly. You can see... There's probably gusts between 40 50 miles per hour in this section right here. Very, very strong winds there. So, and those will continue for quite a while. All right, here's the latest with our storm. I have not. Well, I did kind of see the latest 18Z. The latest 18Z did. Well, here, let's get into the forecast first. Climate Prediction Center 6 to 10 day outlook. This is from February 12th to the 16th. Holding that ridge, holding this ridge down here of warm air. Now, as we move forward, ridge is still there, but not as significant. The hottest weather is down here. This is just slightly above average through here. And we can see where our precipitation is going to be moving forward here. Where our major targets out here in the west, and then right through this corridor. Here's our big targets. I think this should be more up here, but this is going to be over the next few days where you're going to see a lot up here. Latest Euro. Let's look at our 18Z Euro. Here we go. Here's our Saturday system. Huge ice totals, almost in the same exact areas that saw it last time. So that's a concern. This is... I actually don't think this is going to put much ice, or if any, down into Buffalo, which is good. We can take a look at our latest... I'm going to get to questions. Let me just do this first, guys, and then I'll start answering questions. Here's our latest snow total projections. You can see up here, I mean, the mountains out west. Sierra Nevada up towards the Cascades, you're going to see a foot or more snow. Not seeing much low elevation with this system. Right behind it, we could see some more low elevation. Although potentially in here. This is mostly mountain snow. Mostly mountain snow. We have a ton of sinking cold air coming in right behind this, though, so we'll see that shift. Here's the latest. Southern North Dakota, North South Dakota. Nothing crazy. 2 to 6 inches, 2 to 5 inches. Mini, Twin Cities, we'll see. The latest Euro wants to give you somewhere between 2 to 5. These totals pulled back heavy. You can see right to your north, 5 inches. Down here, 2 to 5. The Euro really pulled back on this last second. Northern Michigan, and it's pulled the snow farther to the north out here. Going into the northeast with this weekend storm. I just want to show you guys the updates, and I'll get to questions. Here's the weekend with this system. So you can see really starting from Trenton and north, you could see anywhere, which I think this isn't going to be 2 inches in Trenton. I think our snow line is going to be a little bit farther to the north. I think New York City probably will see a little bit of snow, maybe a couple inches. But I think these snow totals aren't going to be 2 to 8 like this is saying. I think it's going to be more like a dusting to 5 potentially through this region. New York City, Long Island, I think it's going to be, it says all of Long Island is going to get 5 to 6 inches. I don't think so. I think you're going to be lucky if you get 2 to 3. There's going to be a lot of mixing involved in this. Again, though, most of New England, you're probably going to see big totals with this. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys did see this widespread 6 to 9 inches through New England, including coastal and upstate New York. So that's that system. Now, here's the system right after it. And let's go to 24-hour snowfall. I'm going to get to questions, guys. Let me just go over this really quick first. Yep, we were talking about the Knoxville tornado. I'm going to go back to that as soon as I take some questions. Trust me, I am well aware. It's still running on my radar over on YouTube. I can actually pull it up on this as well, but actually I might do that just so you guys understand what's going on here. I can pull that back up the way I used to do that. Give me a second. Well, I'll switch back to it in a second. Still have a pretty good tornado signature. It's starting to potentially. Let me just look at it again. I feel like it's starting to break apart a tiny bit, but we still do have a tornado on the ground just north of Sevierville, heading out east towards anywhere from. If you're from Sevierville out to Newport, out to Hot Springs, down to Cosby, Jenkins Mill, Allen Grove, you need to be in a safe spot of your home. Tornado warning to the north, like I said, it wasn't looking very strong, so that's kind of faded away, which is good. Okay, anyways, here is this weekend storm, okay? Now watch this. This is the latest Euro for the next one. Notice where this next one wants to go, a little bit farther to the south. This latest Euro does put 7 inches from DC to Baltimore, through Philly, through New York City. It almost puts the same exact amount of snow here. Now, this is 120 hours out. We're going to get within forecasting range basically tomorrow. We'll get in the 96-hour range, which we're forecast really improve. But this is a decent amount of snow for this area. I mean, 6-7 inches. This would be the biggest snowstorm for New Jersey, central to southern New Jersey of the year. Biggest snowstorm for Philly if we were to see this outcome. So now the GFS guys, look at the GFS outcome. There's your GFS outcome. If we were to get a blend, this would be even more serious. The GFS thinks 14 inches. I don't know. I don't think this is going to happen. 14 inches or 11 to 14 inches from DC to Baltimore, over a foot in Philly, up to a foot in New York City, a foot through Long Island. You can see out in Pittsburgh, 5 inches. This is huge. This is 6 inches through a foot through this entire region. This would be kind of Tuesday next week. The GFS is being super bullish on this. I'm not sold. I'll show you guys the national blend really quickly here. Yeah, and I'll get to questions in a second. Let me just show you the national blend on this, and then I'll get to questions. And I'll ask. And one other thing I want to show you is where the snow could also fall out in the plains. So here is our snow totals. Let's show you what's going on here. Okay. We'll go with our national blend 00Z. Here we go. Let's just push out through into Thursday next week. Here's our national blend. Here's where it likes the snow. Potentially from Omaha down through Kansas. Potentially a big target there into Kansas City. That would be interesting. A decent amount into St. Louis. The national blend thinks is possible. Potentially a little bit into southern Illinois and Indiana, northern Kentucky, southeast, south, and southeastern Ohio. And then you can see it wants to put a decent amount as well into the mid-Atlantic region out here through the DMV and northern Virginia. So it also puts a little bit more snow down into the Twin Cities with this system coming up tomorrow. So that's interesting. Here is our look on the Euro. Let's get back into Kuchera. Here's our latest look on the Euro. Again, it does like snow into the plains and into Missouri and Iowa, a little bit of snow. And again, it is amplifying the snow a little bit more through this region, through the mid-Atlantic region. And we know what's happening out here in the West. This is a lot of heavy mountain snow. And they're going to see 2 or 3 more big systems move in after this, potentially some getting down into the Southwest as well. You're in a good winter pattern out there in the West. All right, let me take some questions from chat. And there's just so much going on. There's so much going on. It's hard to cover it all. Tornadoes, winter storm Saturday, another winter storm Tuesday, severe weather outbreak Monday, Tuesday. There's so much going on, and big snow falling out west. Huge projected troughing, guys. I shouldn't even show you this right now, but this is I have to. This is what our latest Euro is seeing as we move into the 17th and 16th. We'll say the 17th to the 19th time frame. This is our freezing line, and this is pushing back towards the Gulf. You know what that means. Do I think we're going to have another big southern snowstorm? Well, honestly, it's too early to tell. We have agreement from the GFS Canadian and Euro now of this huge dip of cold air down into the south. Look at this thing, guys. So, and we know why this is happening. We can look up here to the north. I know I'm going on. We can look up here to the north, and we can look at our temperature anomalies. Look at this massive ridge up here, guys. Look at this gigantic ridge up here through Alaska and through northern Canada and the Arctic. This is suffocating and squeezing that surface cold air down into the states where it's displacing it. It shouldn't be down there, and this would just be something huge. This would set us up, guys, and I'm telling you right now, this pattern would set us up, if we see this unfold, for a continuous winter pattern into March. Like potentially continuous winter storms funneling through the Central Plains and out east. So we'll see what happens with that. What's going on, chat? Let's pull up the latest thing here, and I'll start taking your questions. This is just craziness that's going on here. And by the way, for anyone who doesn't know, there is a tornado on the ground just to the north of Sevierville, Tennessee, heading out east towards Newport, Hot Springs, Marshall. If you're in Asheville, I would keep your eye on this as well. This is, it looks to be still pretty significant. Southeast Texas, freeze. Right now, I'm not seeing that any of this dip too deep into Texas, but it's not impossible with that big push of cold air we have towards the 17th. Playing FIFA right now. How's the Tuesday storm for Long Island looking? The GFS wants to give you a foot. The Euro wants to give you 4 inches. So they both, I appreciate that, Nick. So they both, they both like snow, but there's a huge discrepancy on how much. Although the Euro 18Z just upped their snow totals. So here, let's get this. Let me show you guys what this is. Our, I think, 18Z Euro that we can have running right now. Let me get this. Okay. I have a friend driving from near Tampa to Illinois. She's wondering if she should leave Sunday or Monday. It's a good question. Let's see. If she left Sunday, she'd be dealing with Sunday. She should leave Sunday. I wouldn't want to drive through that Monday. Luca, what's going on? Brittany, what's poppin'? Kathy, 314. God, what's going on? Chicago, 1 snow day, please. This first system, weekend system's probably not going to do it. Probably not the second system. This one right here may be your saving grace out here as we get towards the 12th to the 14th. We'll see. This thing could track north. Some models do have this dump in big snow into Chicago. So we'll have to see. That could be a Thursday, Friday off of school in Chicago next week if that works out for you guys. Georgia needs more snow. Well, we'll see here. Again, we're watching that time frame at the end. We're really looking at that next weekend system. Here's how our GFS is handling it. Oh my God, I didn't even realize the GFS was doing this. The GFS wants a huge nor'easter. This would put some snow potentially down into North Carolina as well. Wow, I hadn't even realized the 18Z of the GFS was doing that. How much snow is the 18Z of the GFS putting up in New England? It's got to be putting 3 feet of snow up there with this look. Oh my gosh, GFS is doing crazy things right now. Crazy work. 50 inches of snow. 50 inches of snow. 2 feet of snow potentially into Philly on the GFS over the next 2 weeks. Week and a half. I don't know about that. A foot and a half of snow in Long Island. Listen, if you like snow, the GFS is giving everyone snow. I think this is a little bit hopeful, including the West. Look at the West. Wow. I think that's a little bit hopeful. So I'm not even really going to entertain that model too much yet. It's not impossible with this pattern we have though to see some snow records, that type of setup, but that's a little crazy. Yeah. I think Sunday's the better idea, Leanne. Had some heavy rain, strong winds, and some lightning last night in Pittsburgh. Yeah, not surprised. Baby do Tuesday in Northern Virginia. What am I looking at? Well, congrats on that. Tuesday in Northern Virginia. A snowstorm. This would be hard. You've got potentially heavy snow moving in at around 10 a.m. and bad snow lasting until about maybe 7 p.m., 8 p.m. So, you know, I don't know if you're actually like due to go in on Tuesday, you may want to get in super early because getting to a hospital driving in this, if the Euro ends up being correct, is going to be tough. This is going to be a really during the day could be snow, ice, wind event for Northern Virginia, yeah. Dallas, no, not the GFS sees it, but we need some more consensus before I call it. You know, woohoo, bring it! North Carolina is ready. Yeah. It's the GFS sees snow for multiple people in the South, a little far out. So I'm gonna wait on the hype on that. Yeah, you know me, I'm not gonna get unrealistic with you guys. Lorient and Deke, appreciate you. Please, Newfoundland, Canada, East Coast to North. I wonder what your guys' snow totals looking like up there. All right. Oops, wrong map. Let me get back into this. Another tornado warning really quickly, guys. Another tornado warning. Let me look at it really quick. Hold up. Okay, another tornado warning. There we go. High relative storm velocity. This may be on the ground. Just to the east, south, and east of Kingsport, Tennessee. Just to the north of Johnson City. Heading out towards Elizabethton. I don't even know how to say that, but you guys know how to say that in Tennessee. Out towards Bluff City. If you are between, well, it looks like it might maybe heading through Boring right now. If you are between, let's say, Kingsport, Tennessee, and out towards Butler, and out towards Mountainville, anywhere between Kingsport and Mountainville, to the south, to the north, including down Johnson City, Elizabethton, another tornado may be on the ground right there. Our tornado still looks like it's churning. Our tornado signature to the south as well, just to the north of Crockettsville, heading out towards Allen Grove. Wow, at least we have a lot going on right there. Okay, just wanted to let you guys know that. 1 second here. Let's look at Newfoundland's supposed to get some good snow as we move into Saturday. Some okay snow, no major totals. Potentially the south and eastern coast, though, could see some really heavy totals. Everywhere else is probably going to stay pretty low. South and eastern coast could see some very big totals. I saw those TikTokers hyping up the snow totals. I just laugh because they are over-exaggerated. It's so annoying. I know. It happens all the time. Yeah, the dude who called for 30 inches into North Carolina. Listen, it's not impossible. It's about a 0.00001% chance of it. No point in yelling at people. Hey, snowstorm for Binghamton, New York, Saturday into Sunday. Any totals? Yeah, here, let's pull up Weather Bell since some of you guys want to see these totals here. Since we can go into regions. Here, let's go U.S. regions really quickly. I can go region by region for you guys. Where's my Northeast? Here we go. There we go. Surface Winter Kuchera. Oh my God. What model is this? Craziness. Here is actually, you know what we should do? Kuchera 24 hours snow. So with this Saturday storm, what are we looking at into Binghamton? Potentially 4 inches. That's our latest Euro update there. 4 to 5. As we move forward in time, here's our second system. Right now, the Euro is giving you 2.5. I can promise you the GFS is giving you way more. So we don't have consensus on the second system as much as we do with the first. Yep. Here is the Euro or the GFS on the second one, bringing you almost up to 6. Man, the GFS is doing big things. Big things with this winter storm early next week, guys. I don't know what to say. I do not know what to say here. Here's your Ohio Valley snow totals from the GFS as well. I mean, big things here. You know. Southern Illinois. I have to take my dad for surgery Monday. Megan Fab, what's going on? Am I going to be okay? Let's see. I think you will. I think it'll be just fine. Let's see. Monday. What's our timing look like for you guys on Monday? Yeah, you guys look fine on Monday. This is more of a Tuesday issue in Southern Illinois. Monday, right now, the timing looks okay. Right now, the timing looks okay. We'll see what happens. The GFS actually probably has some snowfall falling in there Monday, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the GFS does have snow and ice moving into Southern Illinois, Southern Indiana Monday, but you know our Euro is going to be more accurate. So right now the Euro is still looking okay for that. No problem, Leanne. I appreciate that. How much snow is the Euro saying for Northern VA on Tuesday? I wouldn't. You said the Euro. Oh, sorry, I got tired. Let's go back here to the Mid-Atlantic, and let's look at our latest Euro here. There we go. Here we go. Northern Virginia, 5 to 7 right now on the Euro. The GFS obviously is pushing way more. 8 to a foot. How much the week of the 17th for Southeast Tennessee? You know, only God himself knows how much snow is going to fall on the 17th. That's almost 11 days out. So We got to see. You guys could end up with 0. You guys could end up with 2 feet of snow for all I know. If you were to look at the Euro, the wild Euro from a few runs ago, you know, it's a little bit too far out. I mean, you want to see something crazy. Let's look at this Euro run from a few runs out. Or was it the 12Z today? Was it the 12Z guys that did some wild stuff? Yeah, I mean, this just insanity. Or was it the 00Z from last night? This was I think that it was no, it wasn't the 12Z today. Maybe it was the 12Z yesterday. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, it was the 12Z yesterday. That was crazy. I need to show you guys this real quick. Oh, okay, it's not even going to take me back that far. Good, actually. I shouldn't show you it. Rhode Island weekend and next week. Sure, let's go up there real quick. Into New England. We can do it by, I like doing it by 24 hours. So 24-hour storms. So, I mean, look, Saturday could be a big day for Rhode Island. 10 inches. I think you guys are going to underperform this, though. I don't know. The radar isn't matching the snow totals I'm seeing. But maybe not. 10 inches, maybe? That'd be really crazy. And then your second storm, maybe another few inches. And they're not, it's not far behind. It's only 48 to 72 hours behind. 2 to 3, maybe. I mean, yeah. It's not far behind. 56 hours behind. What is central Wisconsin snow looking like for Saturday? All right, let's go up there really quick. I never just do this, so we'll do this for a second. Let me get a tornado update for you guys. All right. Okay. IKEA, appreciate you. Here is our latest. 1 second here. Why does my camera look low quality? 1 second. We're going to look at Wisconsin. Let me just update on the tornado situation really quickly, guys. Hold up. Let me just give you an update on this. This is important. Give me 1 second. You know what I need to do? I need to make different scenes. Let me do this for you so I can just switch in and out of scenes, guys. Let me fix this for you really, really quickly. Let me add a scene here. This will make it easier for me to transition and show you what's going on with... I need to add a source. What's going on with these tornadoes? Display capture. 1 second, guys. Not display capture. Hello. Video capture device. There we go. All right. Sorry, this is huge. Let me fix this. That's what she said before you guys start saying it. BREA, what's going on? Appreciate that. Bray? Is that how you say it? Bray? Let me just put this here, and then we can get and then let me put Radar Omega for this scene up on the top. So I'm gonna change this property. Let's go into Radar Omega. Because I want to be able to switch scenes so you guys can see this quickly. Save. So I don't have to fool around with as much stuff. Okay. So, really quickly. Still have a tornado warning. Here we go. Headed straight towards Midway, Tennessee. Could pass right to the south of Hot Springs. Still kind of heading in the general direction of Asheville. Asheville is now in a severe thunderstorm warning. Asheville needs to pay attention. This could be, let me look at our correlation coefficient really quickly. Does look like this may be hail or maybe a little bit of debris from the tornado right there. So we can take a look at our high-res spectrum with, this is a significant correlation coefficient right here in the velocity of the winds. So I do think we possibly still have a tornado on the ground here. High velocity winds here. Let's get back into, this does look like we probably have a lick log. Interesting name. We may have a tornado on the ground just to the south of Wilton Springs. Let me look at this real quick, guys. Let me look at the reflectivity. There's definitely some very strong. Yeah, we probably do. So you need to honestly be in a safe spot, bottom floor, interior of your home, closet, or in a storm shelter. away from windows. Midway, Hartford, Raven Branch, Finney Patch, Grassy Fork, and again, out towards Marshall, Mars Hill, Asheville, Woodfin in North Carolina. This thing is heading your direction, so we got to pay attention to it. Another potential tornado on the ground heading out towards Elizabethton and out towards Mountain City and potentially Bluntville up to the north in Tennessee. So that's important. Wanted to show you guys that. Let's get back. Wisconsin was the question I was asked last. Here is our latest Euro deterministic in Wisconsin. This, I believe, right here is our Milwaukee signature. Yeah. So, why is this? Sorry. Oh, this switched that back over. 1 second, guys. I have to fix this over on my YouTube side. Let's switch this back to. Is this my window capture? Ay. Property. There we go. All right. Problem solved. So this is the 2.5. You may end up with no snow from this system in Milwaukee. We'll see. I think you're going to end up with a little bit of snow in Milwaukee though. But you can see 2 to 5 inches Saturday, and then this next storm is going to be down there in the southeast. The total's really pulled back on the Euro up here, which is interesting. We can compare this to our GFS, which pulled back totals as well. Look at that. But they both pulled back a little bit and to the north. I keep telling you tornadoes in February is not a good sign. No, it's not. People aren't. Well, we've been. We're in an Enzo neutral to weak La Nina. It's usually bad spring tornado seasons when that happens, anyways. People aren't expecting it. I appreciate that, Kendra. Jesse, do we have someone in here who's in that area? St. Louis for next week? Yep, we can get into that. What I think for Philly Saturday, same thing as I thought for Philly today. Nothing. My friends in the office were telling me we're 2 to 4 inches. My app says 2 to 4 inches. My app says 2 to 4 inches on Thursday. And I told them we're not going to get any snow. And we didn't. I don't think we're going to get any snow on Saturday either, if I'm being honest. So I think we have a better chance Saturday than we did today, but I still don't think we're going to get any. So yeah, someone asked, let's quickly move to the out towards. Here's the Euro for St. Louis. Not loving much snow through there. The GFS tells a different story. The GFS tells a different story in the beginning of next week. The GFS likes 5 inches. We need to see some agreement. I'm sorry, but I'm favoring the Euro. And I want the GFS to be true. But here's the problem with the GFS, guys. Let's dig into why I think the Euro is going to end up being true. So you don't think I'm just looking at the models or favoring the Euro. We can even see, I'll use the GFS to show you this so you guys understand what's going on. So I can disagree with it. Here we go. Here's the United States. Here is our upper air dynamics. Let's go to our vorticity. Okay. Here's the problem. Here is the problem. This right here is our winter storm. Looking pretty strong on the GFS, but what is this driving trough? Where is the energy with this driving trough? Here's our trough. Here's our piece of energy here that has the ability to tilt and interact. This is going to be the amplified part of this entire system. So you typically aren't going to see a big, strong snowstorm out ahead and a big one behind. One of these is going to be the winner. And some of this energy is going to be transferred here, or some of this is going to be transferred here. And watch this system behind it. Look at that. Watch this thing tilt. And this, I think, is going to be the winner. So that's how the Euro sees it. The GFS sees both of these being strong, 1, 2. If we go into the Euro sees kind of a weak system out ahead, and then a much. Let's get out towards. I can't even. Let me here. Sorry, I need to go into our 18Z. There we go. So here we go. So the Euro sees here's our much weaker system out ahead. Here's our really, really deep trough that's starting to form out behind. And then that thing, you can see at the end of the 18Z, this is a positively tilted trough that wants to negatively tilt as it moves east, as you can see in our 12Z before it. Here we go. Let's move it forward and look at that thing. Look at this ejection. Look at this trough ejection right here. That's a big snowstorm, potentially for Chicago, Midwest. So I think that's the more likely scenario. But I could be wrong. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. You can get this the GFS puts energy everywhere from west to east. You typically don't see that. It's going to favor a sector. And then you can see, right, look at this, just energy after energy after energy. Wow. Look at that thing. This is a beast. This is a huge blizzard right there. All right. Anyways, let's get back to our future radar and answering questions. Can the Saturday storm shift south and have bigger totals for New Jersey? I doubt it. We're within 54 hours. I don't think it's gonna. It could. It's gonna. That would be a big shift in a short period of time, which we've seen before, but it's pretty rare. Yeah, the GFS wants to slam New Jersey on Tuesday with snow, a foot of snow. The Euro wants to put 4 to 6 inches across most of New Jersey. So, I mean, New Jersey probably still gets snow either way. Fab and Elizabeth, I appreciate you guys. Let me see here. Can I get a different... Yeah, let's put this up here, and let's switch this one to Radar Omega. So we can just keep an eye on our tornadoes. There we go. Keep an eye on our tornadoes. Anything significant going on here? Okay, this luckily this looks like it's beginning to fall apart, but again, it's moving over midway towards out towards Marshall and potentially towards Asheville, North Carolina. I'm hoping it looks like this tornado may have lifted. It's having some mountain interaction. It's kind of having some of this inflow cut off. So that's good. Our tornado warning to the north is gone. This is a pretty good look. Still may have a tornado on the ground heading out towards Marshall, North Carolina, out towards Black Mountain, potentially Asheville. So we got to be careful with this. We should treat it like there's still a tornado on the ground there. Wow. Why is this not... Whatever. This thing is just... Move this back up to the top. 1 second, guys. There we go. Sorry, my setup's messing with me today. My setup is completely messing with me today. Actually, I need to move this north. It's making it hard to do anything. Pivot weather. Just have patience with me. There we go. We'll get that back so you guys can see that. Wednesday, Northern Illinois. I see what you're looking at there. Not really in forecasting range. We can take a look and see what the consensus is. Melissa, I appreciate you. We can take a look. We can take a look at it. A little bit out of forecasting range, but we'll see how the model, if the, how much the models agree or disagree though. We can do that. I literally, my whole setup is just being messed up for no reason, and it's driving me crazy. There we go. I'm OCD. I need things to look right, chat. I need things to look right. There we go. People on YouTube are like, what are you talking about? I'm dragging stuff around on TikTok, YouTube. So yeah, here let's go. Let's go take a look. We can look at our GFS 18. Well, we'll look at our GFS. Yeah, 18Z for Northern Illinois. We'll go into our 24-hour total here, and I appreciate the follows and subs, guys. Thank you. I'm literally like a day away from being able to do memberships on YouTube, which is really exciting. So Northern Illinois, let's push out towards Wednesday. Here is our GFS. Nothing. Here is our 12Z Euro. Maybe an inch or two. I believe our 18Z is pulling away from that, though. No, maybe not. Our 18Z is actually probably putting more snow in that area. You can tell. This is kind of the end of the run, but it actually may be pulling more snow into Northern Illinois. That may end up being a good storm for Northern Illinois and Chicago, based on the 18Z actually of the Euro. Long Island's under a winter storm watch. Is it? Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't know that it should be. Our 18Z of the Euro does like 5 inches into Long Island, though. I guess that'd be enough for a winter storm. If the storm shifts even 50 miles south, though, you guys could end up with, a lot more 8 to 10 inches. So I guess it's appropriate. MK, no problem. No problem. Here's the issue with leaving Monday from Florida. What is going on with this thing here? Sorry, my things on TikTok are not working. Okay. Here is the problem with leaving Florida on Monday. Here's our 18Z Euro. So we need to take okay. So here we go. Saturday, Sunday. Here's our look on Monday. Monday, this would be at around 12 in the afternoon. We got a little convection. We have a little moisture up here. Now, if we were to see it like this, that's perfectly fine. The issue is this is Monday. This would be Monday evening when we start to see a lot of severe weather begin to you get a kind of severe weather look. You have this trough beginning to dig in down through the plains. If this speeds up at all, which this can happen, that can happen in this time frame, speeds up by 12 hours, you're going to have a squall line passing through the southeast on Monday afternoon through Monday evening. So right now it has that look Tuesday afternoon, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth the risk, especially depending on how long your drive takes. Well, we'll mask it this weekend. Let's go. Here you go. 18Z Euro. This is what you want to look at for it. Widespread 6 to 8 inches is the thought for you guys in Massachusetts. Someone's going to overperform. Someone's going to underperform. Remember that. How much snow for the winter storm for February 8th in Bergen County? Again, sharp cutoff there in central New Jersey, right around Trenton. Euro thinks 3 to 7 is possible in northern New Jersey. I'd take that down to 2 to 5, but we'll see. I think there's going to be a lot of mixing in that sector. What does the latest National Weather Service think? Let's take a look. Expected amount. National Weather Service. Let's go Northern New Jersey. All right, let's look at our. Yep. Okay, so it agrees with me. 2 to 5. Shocker. 2 to 5. I think the Euro's doing some crazy work. 3 to 4, 3 to 5. I think Long Island is appropriate. Again, Mass, you can see that 7 to 9 potential. It does actually want to put a little bit more snow potentially into the Twin Cities, 5 to 7 inches. Again, dusting in Philly maybe. Our weather apps are so stupid. I've been telling everyone who I work with who were like, "Oh, we're gonna get 4 inches on Thursday and another 4 on Saturday." I said we could add up all the snow from Thursday and Saturday. It still won't even be a quarter inch. I don't know if it's reaching out to that system yet. It's not. It's not reaching out to that system yet. So, gotta wait a little bit on that. But that's straight from the National Weather Service. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good you're leaving on Sunday. How's West Michigan snow looking like next week? Let's take a look at. I still like our 12Z for this. So we can go into our. Let's go into our Great Lake region. 24-hour snow. Pretty unexistent. Unless you're in Southwest. That's at least based on. Now, we'll see. I mean, obviously, as you get into the 15th, towards the 16th, the Euro wants to bury you guys in 1.5 feet of snow in Western Michigan. That's a little bit too far. We need a little bit more time. Does our GFS move this storm a little bit farther north for next week in Michigan? No, it keeps you guys snow-free. So, nothing too significant yet. We'll see what happens right after the Valentine's Day, though, for Western Michigan. That could be a nice storm based on our Euro. And again, we can look at our national blend pretty far out as well, all the way out through the 17th. There is a pretty good signal for more decent snow up here. Obviously, New England and the Mid-Atlantic, and then you guys can see where some of these are. If we go into the Ohio Valley, it does like this area over here too, towards Kansas and Missouri. What's the most accurate weather app? I don't use any weather apps, but people have told me AccuWeather does a good job. So, you know what I mean? Listen, the Euro a couple runs ago said 50 inches in the Boston. So I said we just had a tornado like 30 minutes ago. Yeah, I've been covering it. We can see what's going on latest with that. Here you go. And boom, tornado warning's gone. Good. It looked like it was weakening, like I said, and it was. Tornado warning is gone. I would still be careful. You can see sometimes your tornado pick up, the storm weaken, and then it can re-intensify. I'd still be watching this closely if I'm in Asheville or the surrounding areas. I'd still be watching it very closely if I'm in Asheville or the surrounding areas. Strong winds right now. Look at that. Very, very closely. Yep. All right, let's get back here. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Why did it come down? Has to do with the convergence of that warm and cold air. It just wasn't as significant as models thought. That the air from the north was not as cold as models were thinking, meaning you don't have as much lift in the atmosphere. That's why the totals came down in Wisconsin for Saturday. They just overestimated how cold it was going to be. Be back in 60 seconds, guys. Okay, I'm back. Listen, I'm gonna do what I used to do. I'm gonna do a speed round, and I'm gonna look at chat, and I'm gonna answer questions as quickly as I can. All right, I'm gonna do that in a second. Don't start spamming questions yet. I'm gonna do it in a second. Let's look at our most realistic model, snowfall wise, into the most realistic time frame. Okay. I do want to do one thing really quickly too. Before I do this, before we do speed round, I answer as many questions as I can. Okay. I want to do a quick poll. Well, we're gonna do a quick. Yeah. Quick poll. I'm thinking about doing longer form videos. Right now, all my videos are about 2 minutes long. People have short attention spans. It's hard for me to cram in everything that's going on to my videos. I always leave out states and regions. There's like 3 winter storms going on out east, a winter storm going on out west, severe weather, ice storms. Our stratospheric polar jet is splitting in half right now, and I'm like trying to split it, get it in 2 minutes. Smiley face, if I should once or twice a week do like a 10-minute video where I literally, because then I can get into everything. I'm talking about every region, pretty much every state, totals, what's going to happen. I might do that 1 to 2 times a week. Or should I say short format? Smiley face for doing long format videos, and then crying face for short format. Ready? This is for, sorry, YouTube. This is for TikTok. Okay. Well, it's all smiley face. Okay. I know. You know what's funny, guys? That would be easier because I wouldn't have to edit my videos. I edit them to give you guys short, quick, to the point stuff. That would like allow me to pretty much, I probably would edit maybe a little, but cut the fat, but it would literally be easier. And I'd be able to go into a lot more detail. Okay, I see you guys are on YouTube. Okay, so I'll commit to that moving forward. Probably starting next week, I will do, maybe even starting this weekend, at least 1 or 2 times a week, I'll put out like a 10-minute video so I can cover everyone. Because I know I have to leave out something. I always end up leaving out the Northwest or the Southwest or the South Central or the North, Midwest. Someone's always left out and angry at me in my video. So we'll do that a couple times a week, just straight up 10-minute videos so I can cover literally everything that's going on everywhere. Perfect. With that many smiley faces, I have no choice. Okay. Let me drink this and let's do speed round so I can answer as many questions as I can. What you're looking at right here, guys, is called the National Blend of Models. Widely considered the most safe model to look at and most accurate in a mid-range type of situation. So this is looking out about, we're looking at about a week, just over a week, almost. Let's look out almost 10 days, about 8 days. And this takes all of our different models, takes what it considers the best forecast and averages them together. So if you're in the snow on this map, there is a real chance you could see some snowfall. Obviously, the brighter pink it gets, the more snow it is. The dark blues is still a possibility of 4 to 5. This isn't set in stone, but this is with the best data we have right now. Some of this could shift. Okay, cool. We'll do that. Let's start taking questions. Why is there a snow gap in Indiana? There may not be. Again, we could see all of this snow shift south a little, shift north a little. We could see this north, south. I wouldn't, if you're not in any of this snow, if you're in this region, if you're in this little region here, if you're right near the snow line here, if you're in here, you could still get snow. This is the highest chances of getting snow in these areas. Of some good snow. Trenton, New Jersey, best snow day. Man, you guys are going to be really close. I live 10 minutes from Trenton. We're going to be really close to getting good snow on Saturday, but it's going to be just to our north. I think Trenton's best snow is still going to be Tuesday. I think Trenton still has the chance of seeing a 6-inch plus snow day Tuesday. How show for northern New Jersey this weekend, in your opinion? Like I said, I think 2 to 5 is the most likely scenario. Farther north you go, the higher your snow total is going to be in northern New Jersey. If you're really near that border, you could push 5, 6. How much snow do you think we'll get into Baltimore from the Tuesday system? Man, if the GFS is correct, a foot. If the Euro's correct, 6 inches. Now, the Euro, I don't know if you guys remembered. Okay, speed round. I have to do this quick. I don't know if you remembered in my stream yesterday, I said I thought the euro would trend south. I said it was a gut feeling. The euro did trend south. So you're welcome. My gut's never wrong. Just kidding. My gut's wrong half the time. But it was not wrong yesterday. So the euro did shift south. That's a good sign for Baltimore of still being favorable to see some snow. Low end, I think 3 to 4 as long as that trend continues. But you could see definitely a pretty good high end. Could Pittsburgh get a foot of snow? Yay. If the GFS comes true and shifts 100 miles north, it could, which isn't an impossibility. It's not an impossibility. I give about 5 to 10% chance of that happening. It could. Do you think the system Tuesday, Wednesday could be worse than the weekend system for Long Island? Yeah, it could. It could definitely be worse. It's going to be close. They look identical right now, in my opinion, for snowfall in Long Island. But I think it might, if the GFS is correct, definitely. Even if we get a blend of the GFS and Euro, yes. How is the percentage snow next week in Washington? I'll show you guys a percentage map real quick just because that was brought up. European ensemble. Let's go do probabilities. Let me make sure we don't have any crazy tornadoes going on. Okay, no, we're good. We're good on tornadoes right now. Probability, winter. Here's our probability. Let's get into our... Okay, here's our probability of snowfall. An inch or more of accumulation over the next... Let's move this over here. Can I zoom this in a little bit for you guys? There we go. Inch or more of snowfall over the next 5 days, basically. And, snow accumulation. Guys, this is where it thinks the Euro thinks is 100% chance of an inch or more of accumulation. So now even down here, you guys still have a chance in here through Kentucky, Southern Virginia, Southern Kentucky, portions of Arkansas, Oklahoma. You can see a pretty good strip here through Ohio, Southern Indiana, Southern Illinois, and then potentially over here through Nebraska, Kansas, and Missouri looking pretty good too based on our European ensemble. So obviously up north, you guys know you're getting snow, and the west is just being hammered by storm after storm. So we know what's going on there. But that's a lot of mountain snow out west. Could Central Ohio get 5+ inches of snow next week? Here's our probability of Central Ohio getting 5+ inches of snow next week on the Tuesday storm. Pretty much non-existent. South could. What is that, Cleveland? I always get them confused. No, sorry, not Cleveland. Cincinnati. Duh. You got what's with all the C's? Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati. Like, come on, give it a break. Yeah, anyone not notice that all the major cities in Ohio start with C's? Snow in Orange County, New York. I'm honestly not familiar with New York counties. Let me look real quick. I know where Orange County is in California. I'm unfamiliar with it in New York. Okay. I see. Hudson Valley. So you were you asking snow totals on that next week or probability? Here's 6 inches or more probability in Orange County is literally like 60 to 70% through the next 5 days. DC to Baltimore, Maryland, it's giving you about a 40 to 50% chance of seeing 6 inches or more of snow in the next 5 days. This is the European ensemble. GFS ensemble is probably going to be a little bit different here. See, but we'll go back here. We'll go back our national blend just so you can see kind of the blend of the models. What's going on? Shifting to North Georgia. Listen. The end of this run is probably going to show we're not going to go that far. The 17th and 18th, we have to seriously watch. There's a massive ridge building up in the north, Alaska and Canada. And we could get a big southern snow system at the end of February. Could, keyword, could. I'd take the over, but it'd be tough because part of me wants to take... I'd take the under, but part of me wants to take the over. Is there a possibility for 1 foot of snow with the system next week? Depending on where you are, yes. Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock? Is it Lubbock or Lubbock? I always call it Lubbock. Again, the GFS late into the 17th and 18th does put snow out down into Texas. So it's just not within a strong confidence forecasting range yet. I appreciate you. Taylor, I appreciate you. Thank you for the subs and follows, guys. That map, is there bad weather coming to Kansas? Yeah, I do want you guys to understand this area just to the south of this snow, these systems that are sweeping through like this is where our severe weather that we're having right here in the Ohio Valley kind of region is going to shift south. We will probably see the SPC tomorrow or Saturday, I think tomorrow, start putting some marginal risks down here that will be eventually upgraded to slight or more. As soon as that happens, I will let you guys know. Is Central Missouri getting a lot of snow? Potentially. The Euro and GFS both put snow into Central Missouri. The GFS puts a lot more into it. They both think anywhere from really 3 to 6 is possible. So it's going to be big to see what our GFS does at the 00Z tonight. And it is the 00Z, the GFS is loading currently. So here it is. So this is big. That's loading in. We're gonna continue to take a look at it as it comes in. New York and Philly Metro, again, if the GFS is correct on this, it likes a foot of snow. I think that's way too much. Not impossible, though. I think the Euro seeing it as 6 inches is probably a more likely scenario. You don't need to see a color chart. I'll just explain it to you. The brightest hot pink is a foot. The purple is 6 inches. The dark, or the purple is about 7-8 inches. So imagine this. Look. Imagine this. What you're seeing here from the brightest pinks is basically a foot, down to 7-8, down to 6-5, down to 4-3-2-1. Okay, so you got your light. This is like 1, the light blues, 2 to 3 in the darker blues. The darkest blue is 5, and then into your purples is 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12 into your pinks. So like you can see that purple up there. What would that be? Right out. The darkest blue is going to be about 5. So this purple, which is a step up from it, that's going to be closer to 6 to 8 or 6 to 9 inches. And then pinks is close to a foot. I don't think, I can push this. I can do it like this. I don't know if you can even see that on your screen though. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. How bad? I saw that Park City. Will all answer that. How bad will the severe weather be? What's going on, Austin? Will the severe weather be for Georgia this upcoming week? Well, potentially very bad. Flash flooding, tornadoes. We'll see if we get into. I think we'll at least get into a slight risk, if not more, to a high. So the SPC is going to be highlighting those areas very soon over the next 24 hours probably, but if anything over the next 48 hours, and we're going to really start to see a good look at that. Chances keep going up and down for Boone. Yeah, it's going to continue to happen because these storms, we're having tons of winter storms, 3-4 over the next 2 weeks that are going to continue to move through here, and the models can't agree on where. So your weather apps are going to continue to be all over the place. I said Park City. Some decent snow right here pushing through Friday, Saturday. This is when you get your big system here, though. Next week, Wednesday to Friday. We can take a look at that. Latest GFS is loading. Here we go. As we push into the end of next week. This is some good snow. Right here for Utah. A lot of that's Colorado. We'll see. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think we could get some really good snow up in these ski mountains of the Rockies. But I believe our Euro sees that similar time frame. Let's look at it. Let's look at our 12Z. There it is. Yep, the Euro sees even more. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Look at that. Big snow for our ski resorts down there in the Rockies. This is huge snow. Foot plus potentially. Still slightly out of forecasting range, but the outlook looks good. How do you think it'll be in Atlanta after the polar split? Well, again, 17th, 18th. We'll have to see how amplified that trough is. We could see a big return to winter for Atlanta if that thing gets far enough south. What's the update for Long Island with Saturday and Tuesday storm? Is it looking big? It's looking decent with both right now. We're calling for 4 to 5 on the Saturday storm. Potentially, I would say 3 to 5. I want to say 3 to 4 actually. Long Island with the Saturday system, but you guys could overperform in some areas. And then Tuesday system, you have the potential. I mean, the GFS thinks a foot, the Euro thinks 6 inches. We'll see what happens with that, but yeah, that has the potential to be bigger on Tuesday. Central PA next week. 18Z. Here's the latest look. Really 2 to 5 through Central PA. You can see where the most snow wants to be through that corridor from DC, Baltimore, Philly to New York City. Your 95 corridor looks to see the most snow right now. This could change. What day was the snow for Kansas? Here we go. Potentially. This is our Euro. Let's go to our Euro 18Z so we can get a better estimate here. Euro 18Z, we got to take about 6-7 hours off of this. Euro 18Z thinks potentially Tuesday morning, early 6, starting at around 4 or 5 a.m. And then right behind it, you can see that. This would be Wednesday morning. So you could get a burst of snow Tuesday morning and Wednesday. So that's based on the Euro. GFS actually probably sees a similar outcome. So pushing into Tuesday morning, there it is, and then Wednesday as well. So, and then the Euro has Saturday as well. I mean, the GFS. The GFS has you having like 3 or 4 snowstorms within 4 days. But we're going to see the 00Z GFS load in, which it is right now. We're going to see if we have a different outcome. It has shifted south with the snow, and it is looking like it's bringing heavier snow with the Saturday system. That's interesting. We'll have to see if the Euro follows suit. Look at this trend. Interesting. Interesting. Let's let this load out before I make any assumptions. One second, guys. Un momento. Your game crashed? I was going to say I hope you had it saved, but nowadays everything's auto-saved all the time, and you were probably just playing an online game too. Who plays like story modes that you have to save anymore? What were you playing, FIFA? What day was that snow for Kansas? Answer that. Chance of a foot of snow on Long Island. There's a chance. I think a low chance, but there's a chance. Will this storm be bigger than the early January one for northern VA? There's the potential for it, Alexandra. I don't think it will, but I don't say that with high confidence. There's a chance it could be. What about Houston? Would it be hard to get snow or ice down south? Yeah, the later we get into... Yeah, I mean, you'd want it to happen with the 17th storm, because once you get into March, no matter what your Arctic blast looks like, it's super hard to get snow down in Houston. So, but there's still another chance here. What is Central New Jersey? Not a great chance, but a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. Let me see. What does Central New Jersey look like on the Saturday storm? If you're really like Trenton and out east or south, not great. Maybe an inch or two. So it's going to be a pretty sharp cutoff line there, though. So it's going to be hard to tell. Is there a possibility for a foot of snow with the system next week in Albany? There is. I think this is the Euro that doesn't want to put that much in there, but our GFS is going crazy. Our 00Z is loading in here now. Do we have... We're into the 75th hour. Let's go back to our 18Z. This would bring about 6 inches just to the south with that storm next week. But look at this. This would be a Friday system next week on the GFS, which would be almost a foot in Albany. So Yeah, we'll see. Big active storm track pattern for upstate New York and New England over the next 10 days. Ton. I mean, look where the snow's shooting. Ready? There's New England. There's New England. There's New England. There's New England. Do you guys see this? There's New England. I mean, Jesus, you can just see where this where the stuff's going. You see this? I feel like I should just play this for you guys. Look at this. Look at this. Here's your snow. Here's where the snow wants to track right now. It's an interesting map. Isn't it? That's beautiful to me. All right. Let's get back really quickly. Let me see what our 00Z GFS is looking at. All right. Still loading pretty slow. Let me get off of this. Let's go into... Here we go. I'm moving for the next 2 weeks. Best guess on best days for Southern Illinois. In the next 2 weeks, it's pretty far out. I mean, it looks pretty nice over the next 24 hours. There's just storm after storm after storm moving through Southern Illinois. I don't really see a break for a while, for like a week. I mean, you're going to have like 1 or 2 day intervals maybe, but it's here's a system, all right? And then like 24 hours later, here's a system. And then like 24, 40 hours later, here's a system. 12 hours later, here's a system. Then here's another system. I mean, it's kind of a relentless pattern, especially, yeah, for Southern Illinois, the Ohio Valley type area. Sorry, y'all, but I don't care where it snows as long as it's far away from Louisiana. All right, Katie. If that winter storm makes it way further southeast, what time frame would that be? Josh Allen MVP. This is the big one we're watching. This is the big one that could bring snow back down into the south. We'll see. But again, this is a potential 16th to the 17th storm. So we're watching it. One second, guys. Up here in the Northwest, let's take a look. Here is actually let's look at our radar right now really quickly, guys. Let's look at our radar. Let's get this looping real quick. Can we loop this a little bit farther out? Come here. You know, Windy has been really letting me down lately. We'll go back to pivotal weather. Trusty pivotal weather. Heavy snowfall rain coming into the coast of California right now. Obviously, I mean, this is feet in the Cascades and Sierra Nevada, really up there in the through the Cascades, central to northern. I mean, I guess central to northern Sierra Nevada as well. Looking like we could potentially get a little bit of low elevation snow into the coastline, potentially into the coastline of Washington and Oregon into Saturday morning. Move forward, a slight break, but a huge cool down. You can see this troughing right here. This is a huge cool down as we get into early next week. Let's take a look at our temperature anomalies out here. Look at this. We're seeing temps out here 10 to 30 degrees below average in some areas. Next week, not a ton of precipitation. You can see that warm air wants to come back. Positive PNA looks gonna grow back there. But if we do see some moisture move through in that time frame next week, it's probably going to fall as low elevation snow out there. So this is a low elevation snow opportunity Thursday and Friday. Not a serious system. I'm not seeing a serious storm, except for the one that's currently moving through the Pacific Northwest out towards, really the Northwest. These other systems are pretty weak, but this is well below average air next week, and who knows? This could be some good. This is another chance for low elevation snow, Portland and Seattle Friday next week, so we'll watch it. You think the snow for Kansas and Missouri will be worse than the storm last month? I don't remember how much you guys got last month. I don't see. I mean, the GFS would be a pretty good storm. But if the Euro happens, you're not going to see much. The Euro's still the better snow model. We're almost here. We're almost here at the 0-0Z of the GFS. It wants to bring some coastal snow into Virginia Beach. That's interesting. This is getting close to loading up for us here. How's Baltimore looking Tuesday and Saturday? Well, Saturday, Baltimore's probably not going to see anything except for some rain and ice. Tuesday, right now, like I said, GFS likes a foot into Baltimore, 14 inches into Baltimore, and the Euro likes 6. Who's going to win? I think it's going to be closer to the Euro. You could end up in rain if that thing trends north, but it looks like it's done with that. Speaking of, actually, let me look at the new ice totals on the GFS. On the 0-0Z for the Northeast. Same spot as last time, although we could see more ice out towards Philadelphia this time. And potentially a little bit more ice from Baltimore or DC to Baltimore in the DMV region. With this one. We got 11 to 12 inches in... I don't think you'll see that much. Did you really get that much? Yeah, I guess you did. Well... sorry, I'm like covered every snowstorm, so it's hard for me to keep track of them sometimes. Would the southern snow be bigger than the other ones we had? Well, we don't even know if you're going to get it. So if we don't even know if you're going to get it, we definitely don't know what your snow totals would be. So too hard to tell right now, Austin. Can you run the polar vortex models again? Yeah, sure. Let's look at what's our GFS 0-0Z at. Let's see what it sees in the stratosphere with this new update. Look how stretched our polar vortex is, guys, right now. It's about to split. 30 millibar, 50 millibar. Tropopause temperature. Really, really interesting stuff on here. Here's your anomalies. Look at that. So here it is. Here's our latest GFS. This isn't going to go very far. But here's where the split comes early next week. So if we go back to the 18Z, there it is. Still showing it. About Wednesday probably next week. This is, oh, look at that. We have 2 polar vortexes, daughter vortices. This is where things get interesting though, guys. This is where things get interesting. Watch as it comes back together, okay? Notice it doesn't. Where should this come back together? This should come back together here. Okay? Notice what happens. It's coming back together, but instead of being here, it's amplifying this down here in the south. And the Euro does that even more. Even here, it's still, this should not be... This polar vortex, your bottom blues should be here. It should be like this. Look at this dip still. Check out the Euro. Check out the Euro. Here's the 18Z. The Euro shows the split happening Tuesday into Wednesday. And there's plenty of blocking that's going to be out here. This is a pretty negative NAO and lots of space down here to operate in. The 18Z, the 12Z of the Euro, watch what happens at the end of this run. Look at that. Oh my gosh. If the Euro's correct. If the Euro's correct. Get the record books out. You can see we had daughter vortices here and here. instead of coming back together where our stratospheric polar vortex wants to be, it wants to just shove our vortex. This is the coldest air on the planet. The Arctic has the coldest air on the planet. The Arctic is colder than the Antarctic. It's a geographical land reason, and I can't remember. It has to do with the geography of the area. But the coldest air on the planet is in the Arctic, and it's not supposed to be sitting down here to the south. So this should be here. That top circle. This is what it should look like. What our stratospheric vortex should look like. So this is just yeah. So we'll keep watching it. Interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff, guys. Very interesting stuff. Let's get back into... I'll keep taking questions. This is actually a funny way to look at it, too. Sorry, I can't help myself. This is a funny way to look at it, too. Look at this. Unbelievable look here. Unbelievable look here. You've got Florida in part of the stratospheric polar vortex, guys. All right. Sorry, let's get back. Let's get real. Let's go to our GFS. Let's see our latest on our... Let's see if there's any more tornadoes. Just some severe thunderstorm warnings. Good. We don't want any tornadoes. Here is... Let's get back here. Here's our latest GFS loading. We can go back into the United States. This is our 00Z. And we're starting to see the beginning of this system. Let's see if we have it on here. We're not going to have it on here quite yet. But let's take a look anyways. I don't know why I keep snapping like that. There we go. Here it comes. Oh, whoa. You guys seeing what I'm seeing? That's our latest update. Wait. I guess it was pretty far south. This looks like this looks like the GFS tilted even farther to the south. Am I going crazy, chat? This thing's pushing even farther south. How cold would the Northeast get if the vortex down there like you showed? So there's a lagging factor with the polar vortex. So we wouldn't be cold as soon as that stratospheric vortex was over us. Sometimes it can be a week or two. And it also depends, how our teleconnections are set up once that lagging cold air comes in. So that could end up putting cold air in central or western, more the coldest air in the center, or west or out in the west. Although I think our NAO is probably still going to be negative there. So you could see some pretty crazy cold temperatures, close to record cold temperatures in late February if that holds. Us, Taylor C. Jen, I appreciate you guys. Sunday, they're calling for 40-degree temp drop. No surprise, Leanne. My weather app says Philly possibly 9 inches on Tuesday. Yeah, again, there's a big discrepancy between the GFS and Euro, the American and the Euro. The American thinks a foot into Philly. The Euro thinks about 7 inches. So I like to blend those models together sometimes, depending on how the look is. So, yeah, I think that's maybe for the first time the weather app's giving you somewhat of a realistic look. Long Island, right now, the best guess is 3 to 4 inches on Saturday, and then we'll see. There's no model consensus on Tuesday for Long Island. Like I said, the Euro wants to put a foot in the snow as well on Long Island, and the GFS wants a little bit of a different look. Here is our latest GFS is doing weird stuff. Our latest GFS is doing really weird stuff. It's bringing this thing way farther south, in my opinion. Well, maybe not. Let's go. There's 120. So let's push this out. What's our 126 look like on here? It's really de-amplifying our snow. Much weaker. See, it's starting to look like the Euro. Told you guys. I told you. Told you so. It's really weakening our system on this latest GFS. And pulling it far south. Now, I don't think it's going to be this far south. Because that would be such a huge discrepancy from the Euro, and the Euro is a better snow model. So I don't think it's going to be this far south. I still think the euro is going to be right, but this is a big. I mean, guys, look at there in the 00Z compared to what our 18Z looked like. Look at this. Right? Huge. This is almost blizzard-like right here. That's almost blizzard-like. Here's our 00Z. Much flatter signal. It's showing exactly what I thought. It's giving energy probably to the system behind it. So we can take a look at that. I mean, this would be almost no snow for Philly. But again, it's not going to I do not think it's going to go that far south. I'm just telling you right now. Don't bet on it happening. 1 second, guys. I'll get back to chat. Give me a second. Yeah, the odds that it goes that far south, I mean, that it wants to pull the euro that far south is just, I think, very unlikely. But what did happen is what we talked about earlier for you guys who were in here is, okay, here is our 00Z. Here is that energy. You see that energy here? Look at the storm behind it now. This is bigger. This is smaller. Let's go to the 18Z. This is exactly what we said was going to happen, right, guys? Still pretty significant in the back end there, but this signal was way stronger in the 18Z. Way more significant. See? It's losing some. So, anyways, that's interesting, but I'm still siding with the euro. Just joining, is the south done with winter? No. You guys are going to see some ice and very cold temperatures. Will you see more snow? There's a question. There's a chance as we push into the 3rd week of February that you do get another snowstorm in the south. I wouldn't say an amazing chance, but there's a setup for the potential for southern snow again in the 3rd week of February. If you really want to see what it looks like, I mean, this new model's loading, but what the GFS is doing here, though, after putting this first storm farther to the south, this second storm behind it is forming farther to the south, which would mean this would be another shot at the Mid-Atlantic. So what the GFS is doing is giving you less snow on Tuesday, but then maybe more Thursday and Friday in the Mid-Atlantic. So interesting what's happening here. For you people wondering about southern snow, this is a really crazy look that we're seeing on some models here that we're watching. Maybe someone to Texas here, Arkansas, maybe someone to the Carolinas. It's a very big dip in our jet stream, so we're watching it, but a little too far out to take seriously quite yet. We do see that Arctic blast happening, but where the snow sets up is a little confusing. Iowa going to get anything ever? Probably. What about this? What about this Saturday for Philly? I don't know. A dusting maybe. I doubt we get anything. This isn't the Tuesday snow, right? Well, we're looking at everything. Marie. I don't know sorry, I didn't know when you asked that question. That's on the 00Z. This is the Tuesday snow we're looking at. Look, it just pulled the storm way to the south. I don't think it's going to be that far south. We'll get a really good look at it with the euro, though. God, now I'm going to have to stay up all night to look at the euro and post about it. CJ and Missy, I appreciate you guys. I'm driving back to Georgia. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs, guys. I appreciate you guys doing that. Driving back from Georgia to Florida on the 19th to 20th. Worried about weather coming back. Yeah, too far out. I can't give you an accurate... I mean, yeah, I wish I could give you an accurate forecast that far out, but it's going to be pretty impossible. Whatever I tell you is probably not going to happen. How bad will this storm be for St. Louis? Well, the new GFS pulls a lot of snow out of St. Louis, but you can see what it wants to do with the second storm right here. This would be a big snow for St. Louis and Kansas. And this would be, I can already tell the way it's tracking, would be a big snow for the Mid-Atlantic. But now we'd be looking at a bigger snow on like Thursday, Friday into the Mid-Atlantic instead of Tuesday. But again, I think the GFS is wrong here. I think it's over correcting too much here. I think this snow is not. We're not going to see a big heavy snowfall into southern Virginia like it's showing. Not impossible, but the euro would have to be astronomically wrong right now, and you rarely see that happening in this time frame. Do you think there's any chances for snow in Mississippi this month? Again, potentially that 17th, 18th time frame. Do meteorologists make good money? No. They do not. They're very underpaid. And a bunch of them are getting fired right now. It's unfortunate. It's a lot of schooling. It's very expensive, and they get underpaid. But I think it's fun. So I think it's a cool career. You're actually making an impact, especially when you get into severe weather, tracking hurricane season, covering. You can really help people, and I just think it's really interesting. Obviously, I think it's interesting. Chris, I appreciate that. Anything for Baltimore on Tuesday? Again, our last run of the GFS thought you could get a foot. Our latest run thinks you could get like 4 inches. Our latest Euro still thinks you could get 6 inches. It's all over the map. I think we will. Our Euro tonight, I think, is going to give us a good look at what we're going to see. How bad will the snow be in Cincinnati? We're not seeing any significant snow in Cincinnati right now. Not with this new GFS. Maybe a little bit. But, again, I think we need to wait to see what our Euro shows. Our Euro doesn't show big snow in Cincinnati either, our 18Z. But let's let this 00Z, the GFS, load in, because I'm interested to see what it's doing with this second piece of energy behind. This could end up being... again, this is still looking like. We'll see. This may actually This may actually put some big snow into Chicago. Although I think this is going to end up drifting a little bit farther down to the south. We'll see. The new Euro starts coming out at around 12:30 in about an hour, and it doesn't finish. We're not going to know until like 1:15, based on the load time, Eastern time, 1:15. Santiago, if you say, why are you ignoring me one more time, I'm never going to answer your questions again. I'm not ignoring you. There's a lot of people I'm talking to. Come over into my TikTok chat and look. I don't know what to tell you. Atlanta, we'll see about precipitation totals next week. I can already tell that the GFS wants to put like 3 or 4 inches into Atlanta on this. Let's look at the total quantitative precipitation. 2 to 3. Potentially for Atlanta here. On this latest update. But that would be over a pretty short period of time. Tuesday to Thursday. So flash flooding could be an issue. Here you go. Here's this storm on the back end. These storms are just pushing and pushing and pushing through this region, guys. And it's going to continue. Look at what's happening behind this. This is the latest GFS. This is breaking news, kind of. This is much farther to the south. Look at this trough, guys. Let me just highlight it. Look at this trough right here. Breaking news. What are these wind chills looking like on the back end of this, on this latest GFS? Here we go. You see negative 50-degree wind chills up here starting to sink. Look at these temperatures pushing into Texas. Wind chills. Below freezing wind chills. Down here, let's go into temperature anomalies that are beginning to push in. This is just based on our 00Z GFS. Look at this. Here it comes. So we'll see what happens with this, but the latest GFS is this is your shot for snow in the south again if this cold air sweeps to the east, which it probably will on this model run, but we'll need agreement from the Euro when it comes out tonight. We will need some agreement from the Euro. Jeez. Yeah, here you go. You can already see it. This would be some significant severe weather with potentially snow on the back end through here. We'll see. Euro drops in about usually around 12:20, 12:15, 12:20. Yeah, this is the update. Pacific Northwest. We know temperatures are going to be well below average in the Pacific Northwest for like the next 10 days straight. you have a system moving through right now, but after that, you're gonna clear up until about potentially next Wednesday through Friday. We may see a good system slamming into the coast of Oregon and Washington as we have very cold temperatures. Again, that's going to be another chance for low elevation snow. Seattle, Portland, potential low elevation snow. It's tough to get it late next week. But again, your temperature anomalies up there, you're gonna be well below average. This is much more of a La Nina look. Look at these blues and purples staying up there in the Pacific Northwest. That's well below average temperatures, and those are here to stay. You can take a look at what we think about precipitation wise up there. Above average precipitation, right? There's our above average precipitation from the CPC. Here's your below average temps holding up there. Very winter like look up there in the Pacific Northwest for a while. So here is, we can look at our new GFS on here. Let's reload this. And here is our new GFS kind of snow projections through Valentine's Day. Again, those bright pinks are about a foot. And I mean, yeah, I just look at the Mid-Atlantic. I don't see this happening. It's not impossible, but let's look at the Mid-Atlantic here. 16 inches of snow down here in Southern Virginia. Do I think that's going to happen with this system? Probably not. I think this is going to be slightly more to the north and slightly less snow. But we'll get confirmation from the Euro tonight. If the Euro doesn't make that shift south like the GFS did, the GFS is literally in La La Land. I can tell you that. If you stay for the Euro, I will. I got a ton of work I got to do tomorrow, unfortunately. And actually, I probably have to wake up I might be waking up tomorrow at like 5 a.m. So 5.5 hours, because my wife has a doctor's appointment. I got to watch my kid. And when I watch my kid, I can't get work done. And I have a lot of work to get done, which means I have to wake up and finish my work before my kid gets up. It's a fun life, guys. It's a fun life. Luckily, I am blessed with the disorder of constantly having too much energy and not needing a lot of sleep. So whatever you call that, it's good. I can function very well off if I just need 4 hours of sleep, and I feel like I got 10 hours. Let's see. Skayuma. That's right. That's right. My wife graduated from Minnesota, and we go up there every year for a couple games. Beautiful freaking campus. I love the Minnesota campus. I think it's awesome. I just love Minneapolis in general too. St. Paul. I love it up there. We're trying to move up there within a year or two. We are going to move there within a year or two. We just need to find a place and everything like that. But we have family up there. Sorry, let me answer questions. How much snow in Wisconsin on Saturday? Here's our wow, that our GFS really pulled more snow out of there. Central to northern Wisconsin, you can see really seeing a 2 to 7 inch possibility with that big stripe of snow here. We'll push up into not north central. Let's go to the Great Lake region. There you go. Potential 2 to 7 through this region here. This is our latest GFS. Our Euro, that's actually pretty close to what our Euro thinks as well, though. They should be close at this point. That's fair. That's forecasting range. Very good forecasting range. That's a sign of stop drinking Red Bull because you become an addict and your heart crashes down, experts say. Okay. Listen, you're allowed to drink, they say 400 milligrams of caffeine a day is okay. I drink like 600 to 800, but that's all right. I'm all right with that. What do doctors know about health? Hello. Can Can you do Western Mass? Yeah, we can do. Here is. No one quote that. What do doctors know about health? Connor's Climate Corner. Clip it. No. Yeah, Western Mass. Our latest GFS thinks 10 inches. I think that's overdoing it a little bit, but it's good. This is going to be some good snow with this storm. Second storm, it wants you to completely miss it. So, but we're still watching this thing load in. We are still watching this thing load in. I mean, one second. Let me get back into the GFS. The GFS is doing some crazy things. Let me get back to our 00Z. I mean, it's doing. I mean, guys, this pattern is wild for the East. I know I keep saying it, but just look at the nonstop train. Okay, there's your winter storm. There's another winter storm. There's another winter storm. There's another winter storm. And then you have a digging trough right behind it here. That's going to be pushing out east again. Just crazy. Just crazy. I haven't stretched. Yeah, the GFS is completely making that Tuesday storm miss Long Island to the south, but I don't think it's correct. It would be in such a strong disagreement with the Euro. All right, let me do a quick stretch, guys. Ugh. I don't know if you guys can hear my bones cracking, but they're cracking. Okay, this is nice. Woo! Jesus. That's a lot of caffeine. I used to drink like 1,000 to 1,400 milligrams of caffeine a day, but I've cut down to like 600 to 800. So I've cut out like 500 milligrams of caffeine a day. Listen, I drink 200 in the morning when I wake up on the way to work. Then I drink a coffee at like 10 a.m. A couple espresso shots. Then I eat lunch. Lunch makes me a little tired. You know, you eat too much, you get tired. So then I drink 200 milligrams of caffeine after that. So I don't know, maybe that's like 600. And then if I go to the gym, my pre-workout's like 300. So that's, I guess, like 900. That's actually not as high as night shifters in the ER. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo with this first system's looking to get maybe a decent amount. Right now, predicting 6-7. Buffalo has a history of overperforming, though. And then with the second one, maybe another. I mean, this is thinking maybe a foot, but we'll see. I'm looking at how this GFS is loading. Okay, I need to see the Euro tonight. I need to see the Euro because drastic shift south on the GFS. I need to see the Euro. Major shift in snow from the GFS. Guys, we're talking like major shift. Like, I want you to understand this real quick. What the Euro just did. I mean, what the GFS just did. You never see shifts this drastic from one run to the next. Although you can see it from like a 18Z to a 12, 18Z to a 00Z or 6Z to a 12Z. But look at this. Just look at this shift, especially out here in the Mid-Atlantic. This is just wacky. Here's your Kuchera. Here's your, let's go to our 18Z. Okay? Watch this change. You guys ready to get your minds blown? I know some of you people are like, I don't care about the Mid-Atlantic. Okay, we'll move off it in a second. And then here is the 00Z. Watch this. Let's see if you guys can notice the difference. That's the new run, old run. New run, old run. New run, old run. Raise your hand, class, if you can tell the difference. What is this? Is a difference in 6 hours of data. Severe weather in North Carolina right now, really windy and stormy. Could be a tornado around here. I don't think we have a tornado on the ground. We don't. We have a severe weather warning on the ground, though. 60-mile-per-hour gusts, quarter-inch hail. This has been going on for a while. Oh, they actually just lifted it. So, special weather statement for strong winds. No, I can take a look. Sometimes they don't see them. Let's take a look if we have any rotation in here. I'm looking. Sorry, I know you guys can't see what I'm looking at. But there's a lot of instability and shear. I don't see anything dangerous on the correlation coefficient. I don't see a tornado on the ground. But yeah, severe strong thunderstorms moving through just to the north of Asheville. Through Marion, Woodfin, out towards Black Rock. And then you also have some moving in up towards Boone and then down in the southwest. Train of thunderstorms. I'll show you guys really quickly just so you can see it. Yeah, this is some 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts with some hail right now. And this is just going to keep funneling in for a while. We do not see any tornadoes on the ground right now, though. But it probably feels like there's one. Lightning associated with this as well. I wouldn't be outside, but you should be okay if you're inside. That's radar Omega. 16 inches of snow in Massachusetts. With the Saturday storm, I don't think you're going to see 16. Maybe 9 to 10. It shifted towards the south. Me, 100%. That's what's going on in Tennessee. There's very strong thunderstorms. Nothing. Oh, there is a flash flood warning. Actually, we should highlight that. Not an emergency, which is good. Flash flood warning. These are still pretty serious. Radar indicated. So, anywhere from Knoxville up to Hall's Crossroad, all the way out towards Dandridge. And everywhere in between. And Sevierville really should be concerned with this too. Flash flood warning. So we could have some flash flooding occurring in this area. It doesn't always happen right away. Sometimes it lags after these cells move through. I wouldn't be surprised to potentially see some flash flood warnings. Hopefully not flash flood emergencies, but warnings popping up in and around Asheville as well, which we do not want to see. But I would stay weather alert, very weather alert if you're in this area tonight. Yeah, these are some significant storms. Most of them are moving out of Tennessee now, but there are still some lagging behind. But yeah, anyways, old GFS, new GFS. But again, that's a drastic change. Here's our latest Euro right here. And, do I think the Euro is going to copy the GFS and literally take the snow from here to here? Probably not. Let's zoom out a little bit so you guys can see everywhere. That's our Tuesday. That's our Tuesday one that I was just showing. Could the storm shift down towards North Carolina? Not this one. There's one later in the week that we're watching, though. Potentially for North Carolina. We're watching... the GFS is loading. We're watching this for potential snow back down there into the south. right here. You can see as we're getting into the 16th time frame, we have a very significant trough digging back down into the south. Still on this latest GFS, this is the latest run that's just loading in now. Major troughing right here. This could give us the opportunity for snow into the south somewhere. Not a great chance, but we'll see how this loads through and see what this latest update thinks. Say, Marie, I agree. Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee's looking beautiful now, except for far eastern kind of Appalachian Tennessee. Arkansas may get a bit of snow potentially, Abby. That's why we're watching that time frame between 16th and 17th. One to 3 inches for North Jersey, reasonable on Tuesday. Potentially way more than that. I have to wait and see what if the Euro shifts south or holds north. I don't think anyone in PA is seeing 16.1 inches of snow. No. I do not think so. Yeah, 3 tornadoes in Kentucky tonight. Well, tonight there were 3 tornadoes in Kentucky last night into this morning. These tornadoes were in Tennessee today. Thank you for the follows and subs, guys. How nervous should the mountains be in North Carolina for the next week? Yeah, lots of rainfall. I'd be worried about the rainfall more than tornado threat or anything like that. I'd be worried about flash flooding. I'd be like a 6 to 7 out of 10 worried right now. Bennett, I appreciate you. I do not know where Herman, Missouri is. But here is our latest look from the GFS. I think it's super wrong about how far south that snow goes, but the latest run of the GFS, it is good for most of Missouri because it really wants to put anywhere between 4 inches all the way up to basically 10 inches through all of Missouri except for very far southern Missouri. Our Euro treats this a little bit differently, though, so we still don't have really a ton of model consensus on snow in New Jersey. Missouri, you can see much lighter snowfall, although this is the end of the run, so we could see more. The one spot that looks like it may miss out on snow in Missouri is going to be that far southern area. Kind of border with Arkansas. We'll see, though. I think Arkansas might get snow, but it's not going to be the Tuesday system or the Monday system. Okay, I need to wake up super early. The Euro's going to tell a big story tonight because with this change in the 00Z GFS, not just for the Mid-Atlantic, but for the changes that it's made out here, they're agreeing on this at this point. They're agreeing big snow up here in New England for this Saturday system. There's an even bigger discrepancy in between this snow now on Tuesday and Monday through Tuesday. So we have to, the Euro tonight's going to be really important, and I'll be giving you an update on that tomorrow, and I'll be streaming tomorrow and talking about it. Again, Asheville, I'm worried about flash flooding again. Asheville and surrounding areas, really Appalachia just in general, from Asheville north, even maybe a little south of Asheville. So you got to watch that. I am freaking tired. I appreciate anyone who sub, followed, gifted, asked questions, was in here engaging with me. I know I can't answer everyone's questions. It is impossible. But again, I put out a video today talking about some of this stuff. I'm going to start committing to doing 1 to 2 videos long form, probably 2 videos a week long form, meaning 10 to 15 minutes, so I can cover all areas of the map. It answers, I've been trying to do short form because people's in their attention spans, but I'll do longer form. I appreciate you guys, and I will put another update on all this tomorrow. The Euro tonight's going to be important. If we see a major shift in the Euro south tonight, hey Pam, yeah, you're all good, Pam. If we don't see a major shift south tonight, I think we're still safe on that snow up through the 95 corridor on Tuesday. Big snow. So, I appreciate all you. Everyone have a great night. I'll be back on tomorrow. And again, I'll probably be streaming 2 times over the weekend as well. Afternoon and night. So everyone have a good night. I appreciate all you. Shout out mods as well. See you.